Do you have one of those jobs where you tell people what you do and they just get it? Well, I don't. I'm Deborah Lupian, the answer diva of Akasha Unleashed, and I'm an Akashic record expert. Now, when I tell that to people, I generally get the response of, "You do what?" So I thought I would make a quick little video and illustrate for you what I do with some stories, because that's just proven to be an easier way for people to understand. So what I do is I go into the Akashic record, which is the record of your soul, the book of life. And I read that energy and I share that information with you. So a while back I was sharing with this woman, and when we met, she came with this peculiar conversation. My life is crap. Everything is crap. Relationships, family, my job. Now, she didn't use crap, but for the video I will. So this is kind of an unusual way to speak, you would imagine. And I went into her record to see what her guides had to share about this. And what they shared was this story. I saw this little waif, probably about 4 years old, standing on a cobblestone street, probably turn of the century England. She's barefoot. She's got a runny nose, straggly hair, and she's clearly malnourished. Now, on this same street are horse and carriage and people and all bustling by, and it's like she's invisible. Nobody sees this little girl. And she's in dire straits. She's clearly on death's doorstep. And she stands there for a bit, and then she walks over and she sits down by this building. And as she's sitting there, she's dying. This man walks by, and he's standing kind of right across from her, and he stops to scrape some doggy poop off of his shoes. And he's taking great care to scrape it all off cleanly. And with her dying thought, she thinks to herself that dog poop is more important than I am. And she dies. And of course, that's the story of this woman I'm now speaking to. It was her previous lifetime. So little wonder that everything in her life is crap. So you could go through therapy for years and probably never get to the heart of what was going on for her to help her, at least in this deep way. So understanding where that came from, what it was all about, now she had clarity. And she was able to move forward, making better choices for herself to step out of the crap. I talked to her probably 3 months later, and she was a different person. She was upbeat. She had a great outlook. She was just smiling. She has a relationship. Things are going better for her. Her life was transformed. Just today, I was talking with a young woman who has these amazing gifts, and she's helping me with my branding. So we're talking about all these wonderful things she's going to help me with, because I have a book coming out. And I made the observation to her that she has this lovely gift where she can see things and speak them with such profoundness that they transform people's businesses. And she didn't understand that about herself. So once she got it, this big smile came on her face, and it was like, oh my gosh, light bulbs are going on, and she now understands how she can use this in her business to be even more successful and more effective. And doing that for people is what my work is all about. It's my sole purpose, and it delights my soul to do this. Another story I'll share with you. I was speaking with this woman. She's 50-ish. And we generally tend to think people by that age have kind of got things together. Well, I'm here to tell you they haven't, and that's true for me as well. And I've shared with some of those stories with you. In this case, this lady is at a pivotal point in her life. She's moving forward with a new career, but she's stymied. And as we talk, the story comes from her about how, as a child, her parents tormented her. They called her Fatty, Fatty 2x4. A young girl. Now, if you can imagine what that does to a person's psyche, she was ingesting all of that negativity. And she ended up living that prophecy and being quite overweight and feeling a lack of confidence in herself and her place in life. And so she's kind of taken a backstage. She helps people. She's got this wonderful, loving, giving heart. She's a beautiful soul. So what I shared with her from her records was that her guides want her to understand that the body is just a skin suit. That's not who you are. Who you are is this brilliant, magnificent, resplendent soul. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect. So let's step out of all of that self-criticism, the doubt, the lack of confidence. Let's step into your resplendent magnificence. Let's live the life you came here to live. So we talked about this a little more, and the energetic feeling I was getting from her was as if she were surrounded by a brick wall. And she were in the center of this brick wall. She was like this rosebud that was tightly curled. And as we talked and she got a better understanding of who she was and her power and her brilliance, I could feel the walls starting to crumble bit by bit and the rosebud just slowly opening a bit. So she took that away with her to ponder, to absorb, and to implement this newfound confidence in her life. When I talked to her about a week later, she was glowing. That resplendence was coming forth, and it was as if her rose was in full bloom. It was so beautiful. So that's what I get to do as an Akashic record expert. I get to share with people about who they are at soul level, about what their gifts are and how they can use them to create this amazing life so that they don't have to settle, so they don't have to be second to anybody, and so that they can create their own happily ever afters. That's what I do. Thank you for listening. This is Deborah Lupian, the Answer Diva of Akasha Unleashed. Until next time, bye.